Hey, intuitive viewers, how's it going? So we're going to be on this Thursday doing Thursday Night Live, so you can bring all your questions then. But I did want to pop on and just talk about this special master. And I had a viewer question I wanted to answer, but so I wanted to kind of just get right into that, which is that try not to worry too much about it. And there's a lot to say about this because I've been getting a lot of information all week, but I did want to take you back to a couple of months ago. I remember I got a message from my guide saying, try if you can to pull back and kind of look at the big picture, because the wind is blowing one way, right? We're moving one way with Trump and everybody. We're moving one way. The country's kind of moving one way. And when we look at things, something in my eye. When we look at things, each little thing that comes along, it can be kind of a roller coaster, because we'll have wins and losses, and we'll have things that work out that don't work out. But the overall way that the wind is moving is kind of against kind of white supremacy and MAGA, that kind of stuff. This is for entertainment purposes only, by the way. This whole video, I'll say that. Spiritual purposes and entertainment purposes only. But so we've got this tide moving one way, right? And this whole thing with the special master, that sounds like a made-up thing. It sounds like a Harry Potter thing, but I always think it sounds made up. Maybe it is. But the special master, so that whole thing, I just feel like Donald Trump doesn't have many tricks up his sleeve, right? He's not a judo, expert when it comes to thinking and strategizing. He's a very simple, stubborn person, right? He has very few tricks up his sleeve, and one of the tricks he's always worked for him is stalling. Just stall, paying people off, stalling, lying, the same old bag of tricks, right? So this is a stalling tactic, clearly. But what's interesting is from the judge, I keep getting return favor. So I feel like there was some kind of favor done for her, and she's returning the favor. That's the way it comes across, whether it was putting her in that position or whatever it was, but it's kind of like returning the favor. So I feel like she's doing this out of kind of a promise or an obligation that she feels, personal, which is not great for us, but that is what it feels like. I feel like she's getting a lot of people in her ear, on both, almost like the angel and the devil, right? There's people telling her, this is going to ruin your career. You need to back off of this and get away from this. And other people saying, you're going to be a hero in the MAGA world, blah, blah, blah. So I feel like there is kind of an air of arrogance around her. So I kind of feel like she's going to do what she wants to do. But the thing is that I feel like the DOJ doesn't, it's more of a slight annoyance. It's not really like, oh, it's upended everything. It's just kind of like, oh, brother, let's do this. I feel like it's a hiccup to them. It really isn't. And I feel like it was anticipated. Like they anticipated the different things that he might do and ways that they could remedy them. The other thing is that this isn't the only investigation going on. So it's almost like, oh, okay, we have to pause this one. Oh, okay, let's work on this one over here. It's like, it does not matter a whit. And it also feels like there are people that are in, and to me, it feels like CIA, that are bound and determined that he's going to go down. He's going to go down for something. It's going to be something, because they are bound and determined to take him down. I feel like the DOJ and the CIA, the FBI and the CIA know a ton of stuff we don't know. And I feel like this is just the it's kind of like January 6th, right? At first, people were just like, oh, it was just rioters that got out of control. And then it's this whole like conspiracy. It's like that. It's like we're at square one. And it's just going to go out like that. And I think I said on the other, my sign for like a underground network, or like a network of people, or like a conspiracy network, is always a spider web. And they showed me a perfect spider web, just like all of this activity. So this is going to blow up. And I just feel like this isn't the only thing going. So it's not as if they're like, oh, this is our only thing. It's like, oh, then we'll go to this one over here, or this one, or this one, or this one. They have plenty of ways to go. So I just wanted to just have you not worry, and to also, send people doing their. That's the other thing to think about this too, is that these people are just professionals. They're just professionals doing their job. Whenever I look at FBI, CIA, they're very, everything's so by the book. Everything is so, it's like it's laid out for them. They just need to follow the steps, and that's how they look at it. It's not like they get super emotionally involved in it and stuff like that. They really are just professionals, and they're just going to do their job regardless. So they're going to find a way to do this. And like I said, the CIA feels a little bit certain individuals feel personally very motivated to make sure Trump is not able to do any more damage. Let's put it that way. So there's that. The other thing that I kept, and so try to look at the big picture rather than the every single win and loss. Just know that it's going to kind of, if you look at it that way, then it's going to be kind of a roller coaster. But if you back up and look, okay, what is really, what has mostly been happening here? And mostly it's just been Trump being slammed against the wall with different things. Even Barr is coming out. He's like, yeah, this guy's done. So don't worry about that. It really is a hiccup and not something to worry about. Okay. The other thing I keep getting is that, I keep getting something about, so looking at the election coming up, I keep getting there's something about it that's going to be unprecedented, historic in a good way, unprecedented, historic in a good way. And I actually feel like Mitch McConnell might go. I feel like there might be certain older people in the Senate, Republicans have been there forever, might go, just like leave. Because of it, I feel like it's like the party's over. Basically, the party's over. This scheming and lying and filling your pockets and stuff that you've been doing for decades, is the party's over. It's coming to an end. So I feel like there are people who are just taking what they made and they're leaving. They don't want to be here for the crash and burn and the going to court and the explaining and all this stuff that's going to be coming. So I keep getting that there's something that's going to be kind of historic and just unprecedented that's going to be happening during the election. I also feel like there might be some domestic activity that might be, terrorism kind of things. One thing I keep hearing this phrase, they busted in the door. So I feel like and to me, it feels something with Democrats, and it feels like in the South. It feels like Texas, Florida, one of those places, but it feels like there's an incident where they bust down the doors or bust in the doors. And to me, it has something to do with the election or voting. So just keep an eye on that. I feel like there might be, even though I'm seeing something or I'm picking up on something or I pick on something that's being planned, it's not necessarily that, most of the future is not set in stone. They can tell us like it most likely will go this way, or this is the way that Spirit is kind of behind or hoping. And so there's just more positivity in that direction. but it's not set in stone. And so when I say stuff like this, it's not to scare anybody. It's to start praying, make sure that people catch things and that they're alert, that, people in those areas are alert and that kind of thing. So we can just pray that our people working at our elections and our headquarters and things like that are safe, and that they are being protected. They're being spirit protected. So, but I keep getting something about that. I do feel like there's going to be some news about Putin and his health coming up soon. A guy wrote me, and, about a year ago, I think I saw that, I saw kind of Putin actually leaving the world, and first an older guy coming in, very short, and then I feel like this younger guy comes in and everybody loves him. We love him. The people love him. He's great for Russia, and he's kind of he has very Macron like kind of energy, kind of a little bit younger and kind of charming, and is very likable, and so that he has that kind of energy. And he's great for Russia. He's really, really good for Russia, and they love him. But I feel like that guy coming in, and somebody wrote me and said, do you still see that? And I do. So the whole thing for me is timing. Timing is so hard, and I don't know why it's so hard. It just is so hard. I can point to a lot of NDEs when you listen. When I did that interview with Jeanette just recently, and she talked about the fact that the most she was gone out of her body, the window was only about 20 minutes, but she literally was like, I was there for like a whole day and night into the evening. Like it felt like a whole 24 hours that I was there. So timing is just different. And I think that, everything is so time-based here. When's it going to happen? And, our birthdays and anniversaries and what time we get up, and everything is built around time. And the spiritual reason for it is to remind us that we're here temporarily. We're eternal spirits here just temporarily. So get whatever you want to get done, get it done. Enjoy this place as much as you can, get things done that you want to get done. But when we look at things or predict things, they don't usually come in with a time frame. The most I can usually tell you is kind of like how immediate it feels. And so I would say in the next month or two, I feel like there's going to be some major developments or major information about Putin's health, and that it's going to affect things going forward. I feel like Russia's really struggling right now. I know that we don't hear a lot about it, but I feel like Russia, the people in Russia, there are things happening that we're not being told, but that are very, very difficult for them. And I feel like there's a lot, I should say, a lot of people working to try to get away from what Putin wants to do. They kind of want to push him out. So anyway, so that's what I'm getting. And so I hope that helps a little bit. And so you don't worry too much, and kind of, don't miss the forest for the trees, because I feel like we get stuck in the trees sometimes, one decision or one this or one that. And it's just not the way that he can do whatever old tricks he has up his sleeve. We've seen them all before. And like I said, they're so old that they anticipate them now. They know what he's going to try or what he's going to do. So it's not like he's doing some amazing, mental gymnastics or something. It's just his old stuff. So they're fully prepared. And I feel like there's more stuff coming from the January 6th commission as well. So the party's over. So that's what I want to tell you guys. At least that's the way it's coming across to me. So I hope that helps. At least, help you like kind of exhale a little bit until Thursday, and I will be answering your questions then. I did add a few mentoring appointments. So if you want to go in and grab one, you can. I had some spaces open in November and December, and I think there's a few in January and February too. I'll have to go and look, but there's, yeah, so there's just a few, but if you want to go grab one, you can. And yeah, check out our classes as well. Got a couple classes coming up in a few weeks, and we'd love to have you. And that's about it. Okay, guys, we'll see you later. Bye.